Sony's latest state of play focused solely on The Last of Us Part 2. The state of play was just over 23 minutes long and was a deep dive into the locales, threats and mechanics in the upcoming game. First, I would like to applaud Sony for once again showing gameplay and not just some in-game cinematic, which is common these days. And what was shown left me in awe and wishing the release date was sooner than the 19th of June. Hi guys, it's Reaper. Hope you're all doing well. The state of play started off showing the official story trailer, which was dropped a couple of weeks ago. After that, Neil Druckmann took center stage to explain the ins and outs of what to expect from The Last of Us Part 2, leading off with a synopsis of the beginning of the game and what set the wheels in motion in the story of revenge. The game will be using Naughty Dog's new iteration of the Naughty Dog engine to create graphics like we've never seen before on the PlayStation. I'm serious guys, this game is absolutely jaw-dropping. Neil carries on to explain that we will visit locales that was not explored in the original. As with the original, there will be multiple seasons and climates, which is always a good thing in my opinion. Variety is the spice of life. Ellie can now climb over and up surfaces, and there's also a dedicated jump button. Verticality will play a much bigger role in this game. Since the game is much more open, there are multiple ways to approach enemies. Some enemies can even be bypassed completely if you so choose. The world in The Last of Us Part 2 is the biggest Naughty Dog has created, which personally borders on open world from some of the gameplay they showed. As in the original, you can explore on horseback, but there are areas which are flooded, and these areas are traversed using the newly introduced motorboat. What really stood out to me the most is that the incredible scale of this wide linear world has not come at the expense of the detail put into it. The world is brimming with little details and touches, akin to a more linear game. You can definitely see this is a labor of love from the Naughty Dog team. It's almost borderline obsessive. Next up is the threats. There are two main factions this time, the WLF, Washington Liberation Front, highly trained militia who stole weapons from the military. And then there's the quote-unquote cult, called the Seraphites, aka the Scars, known for the cuts on their face, similar to the Rippers in another PlayStation exclusive, Days Gone, albeit less interesting. Instead of the heavily armed, all guns blazing WLF, they are mostly stealthy and use bow and arrows as their weapons of choice. Then of course there are the infected. All the previous stages of infected return. The newly infected runners, the blind and deadly clickers, the sneaky opportunistic stalkers, as well as the brutish bloaters. There are also new forms of infected that will be introduced throughout the story. One of these new infected are the shamblers. They are similar to the bloaters, but when they are in close proximity of the player, they can explode in a cloud of corrosive mist that can deal massive damage. Unfortunately, as stated by Neil, there are even more terrifying stages of infected, but you'll have to play the game to find out for yourself. I hope they're not boss type enemies. Personally, I like that there weren't any bosses in the original Last of Us. It made the game feel more grounded in reality, and I hope the sequel follows suit. This time round, since you're playing as Ellie, you will be more nimble and agile when dealing with not only the world around you, but also when you engage in combat. Just as a dedicated jump button was introduced, there's also a dedicated dodge button. If timed correctly, Ellie can dodge incoming attacks and gain the advantage for a counterattack. Combat seems more visceral this time. As blows are exchanged from a blunt weapon, enemy bodies will deform with each blow, and knives will leave visible marks tearing through the enemy's skin. Also, the brutal takedowns will make you wince at times due to the realism on display. There will also be instances where human enemies are in the same vicinity as the infected, and you can use this to your advantage to thin the herd and finish off whoever or whatever is left. Another nod to the great Days Gone. The crafting system is very similar to the first game, but streamlined. The player can also upgrade their skills via training manuals found throughout the campaign. A nice addition is also the chance to upgrade your guns. It seems there are various upgrades per weapon and you can tailor it to your playstyle. Finally, the state of play ends with an 8-minute clip of never before seen gameplay. I won't spoil that for you, so if you're interested in watching the entire state of play, I will leave a link in the description box below. I know that there has been a lot of controversy surrounding this game, especially due to all the leaks spoiling pivotal plot points. I must admit, I did indulge in those leaks. I read and watched everything. I just want to be straight. After watching the 8-minute gameplay clip, I was absolutely blown away. The gameplay has been improved on every level. The clunkiness from the original has been completely eliminated. The animations are the best in industry and the graphics are just insane. Definitely the best looking exclusive bar none. Remember, this has all been achieved on a 1.8 teraflop machine. I can't imagine what Naughty Dog is capable of on the PlayStation 5. If I went blind into this game and not read or watched any spoilers, after watching the state of play, I would be saying without a doubt, Naughty Dog has the game of the year in the bag. Maybe even the game of the generation. Yes, it is that brilliant. I grew up playing Naughty Dog games. They are the reason for some of my most fondest memories in gaming. Naughty Dog has not let me down since this day, and they deserve a chance. I would definitely be picking this game up day one, and will give my honest review after completing it. So, what do you guys think after watching the state of play? Will you be picking this game up day one? Or wait on a sale? Or maybe you read the spoilers and not happy with the direction Neil Druckmann took the story in, and will be giving the game a miss? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Anyway guys, that's it for now. Please like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Dot Matrix, out.